Welcome to Bikes, Boats, and Bivouacs. Today we're going to take a tour of Ben & Jerry's ice cream factory. Plenty of parking here at Ben & Jerry's. Check it out and see how they make all this ice cream. From the parking lot, they have a set of steps, or for strollers and wheelchairs, they have a ramp. Playground up at the top. How you doing? Are we allowed to film during the tour?
Oh, yep, there'll be one segment where you won't be able to film, but the tour guide will let you know.
Okay, thank you. Inside the room, they do have a gift shop.
My name is Steven and I will be your tour guide for today. Your tour is going to consist of 3 parts. First part, we're going to go upstairs to the movie room where you get to see a short video on the history of Ben & Jerry's. And after that, we're going to go back downstairs, we're going to go out onto the mezzanine where you're going to see the production floor and be introduced to the steps of making ice cream. Then after that, we're going to go back downstairs to the flavor room where you're going to sample some ice cream. I'd like to bring to your attention this tank room right here. Inside this tank room are 6 5,000-gallon tanks. They all hold the base mix of the ice cream. I will be referring to these tanks up on the mezzanine, but you cannot see them from there. Now, if you all look in that room from another perspective, what you're also looking at is 400 million calories in that room. There's about 25 steps going up. If you're not comfortable using the stairs, feel free to use the elevator, which is right behind you, right around the corner. Other than that, as you do come up, make sure you see the gold part of your ticket. Confirm you're on the right tour. Thank you. And welcome to the movie room. Here you can see about a 7-minute video on the history of Ben & Jerry's. I've seen this many times, so I will be stepping out. Enjoy!
Greetings from the future. We're happy to report flying cars finally happened, and Ben & Jerry's is still making ice cream. Our loyal spokes cow is still along for the ride. She was designed by a local Vermont artist, Woody Jackson, and she's been part of the Ben & Jerry's family for decades. Who better to take you on a time-traveling trip through our history? So before we come back to the future, we're heading to the past, to show you how Ben & Jerry, 2 kids who met in Merrick, Long Island's 7th grade gym class, grew up to create the world's chunkiest ice cream. First up, the 70s, where those grown-up kids were trying to figure out how to make a living from their love for food. They discussed going into the bagel biz, but they couldn't afford the equipment. So they split a $5 ice cream course from Penn State instead, and got an A- on the open book exam. Not bad. They bought this old gas station and began creating their own flavors. But since poor Ben had no taste, They don't need a sense of style. He really couldn't taste anything. They put in bigger and bigger chunks and swirls until he declared it ice cream perfection. They gave their creations fun names and began a long tradition of even more fun promotions. Stilt walkers, mimes, even free ice cream for dogs. Ben and Jerry had started an ice cream counterculture, a time not just of free love, but also of free cone days. That special day in April started as a way to thank the community for helping them stay in business for an entire year. It was so fun, we've been doing it ever since. It was at this time that Unilever, now a leader in corporate social responsibility, became interested in Ben and Jerry's. Despite the founders' best efforts to keep Ben and Jerry's independent, the company was acquired by Unilever with a unique agreement allowing us to maintain our own independent board of directors.
For our next part of the tour, we're going out onto the mezzanine. The mezzanine is a no picture zone, so please no cameras or cell phones used while we're on the mezzanine. And for that we mean the factory floor itself. You will be seeing some displays and other things that are okay to take pictures of while you're up here. But once we get to the factory floor, please no cameras in use at that point. And follow me this way. And welcome to the flavor room. And as a reminder, this is the photo-friendly zone. This room actually has a lot of history. From 1986 to 1995, this was Ben and Jerry's personal test kitchen. This little kitchen here was not here at the time. This was built in 2011. But in this very room, Ben and Jerry came up with such flavors as New York Super Fudge Chunk, Cherry Garcia, Chunky Monkey, and many, many others. And speaking of flavors, you guys are in luck today. We do have a factory special flavor just for you, known as broccoli cheddar chunk. Broccoli flavored ice cream with kidney bean chunks and a cheddar cheese swirl. Oh, come on folks, it is free ice cream. Well, for those of you who are hoping I'm kidding, which I guess probably all of you, yes I am, so don't worry. But if you were here 2 years ago on April Fool's Day, this test kitchen made broccoli cheddar chunk. Yes, this is a real flavor. And they did serve it to the guests. And no, they didn't like it. Number one feedback was it needed more salt. I can't imagine ever saying that when you're eating ice cream. And this year, on April Fool's Day, you guys missed out on some delicious pickle flavored ice cream. We do have something much more appetizing for you today. Strawberry cheesecake. Strawberry cheesecake ice cream with strawberries in a thick graham cracker swirl. Strawberry cheesecake rates at number 8 in the top 10 best-selling flavors currently in the United States. If anybody has any dietary or allergy concerns, there's a complete list of ingredients on this card right here. Feel free to take a look at it while I go get your ice cream, which is right down this way. And we do have one rule when getting your sample of ice cream. Please take the sample up front. Do not reach over the other samples. You try to avoid arm, hair, or sleeve flavored ice cream. No, dig in. And are there any questions? Any questions at all?
Yeah.
Yes.
If that's number 8, what's number 1?
Half-baked.
Half-baked?
It's called half-baked because it has 2 different kinds of chunks in it. It has chocolate chip cookie dough, which are baked. It also has, chocolate chip cookie dough is not baked. And it also has chocolate fudge brownies, which are. It became popular after all the legislation that went on in Colorado and California. After those laws were passed out there, this flavor zoomed to the top. So they got dethroned by half.
This flavor is awesome.
Ago.
Really good.
How many factories? Well, this is their first factory that you're in right now. It's also their smallest. You know, they built this place, they weren't quite sure where they were going from here. But it didn't take very long to outgrow this place. And within a few years, they were building another factory up in St. Albans, Vermont. It's about 50 miles due north from here. They're 5 times the size of this place. They can do 5 flavors at a time, and they average over 1 million pints a day. Between this factory and one St. Albans, we do cover about 80% of the North American market. But since we're now owned by Unilever, that gives us access to a factory in Henderson, Nevada, that will make Ben & Jerry's ice cream as needed for the West Coast that we can't handle from here. There's also another dedicated factory in Hellendoorn, Holland.
So we're walking at Ben & Jerry's, and we spotted a playground. So we're gonna take Callan up there so he can play a little bit. It's a beautiful spot. The ice cream's fantastic. Check it out. They do have 3 dedicated factories and access to 3 additional factories. This is their smallest factory, and it's the original factory. That's why they keep it. There's another one that's about maybe 50 miles north of here, where they can make 5 different flavors at one time. This facility can only make 1 particular type at a time. We do have a playground for kids. You can eat some ice cream, burn off that energy before they get back in the car. This factory is just above Waterbury, Vermont. Give you an idea where it is. About a half hour from Sugarbush Resort down in Warren, Vermont. Ben & Jerry's, they do have a flavor graveyard. So those flavors that didn't make it get buried in the graveyard. So let's check it out. Looks like we got some lucky dogs here. Yeah, I like the shirt. Okay, how you doing? Yeah, good puppy. Yeah. Is that Piper?
This one's Piper, yep. This one's Cessna.
I'm up here for a wedding, and my niece is getting married. Her dog is named Piper. They're cool. Good job, guys. Here's my favorite. As we see in the graveyard, there are a lot of flavors that come and go, but they're never forgotten. They do have quite a solar field up here for solar energy, and they have parking for your RV. So if you have a Class A or a Class C or a Class B Bob and Sue, you can park them here. This one's from Pennsylvania, imagine that. Just a short 7-hour drive. Do a really nice job. Their employees work 3 12-hour days one week and have 4 off, and then the next week they work 4 days and have 3 off. So really good schedule for their employees to get to enjoy the outdoors and to go have some fun out there once in a while on a weekly basis. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. It's free, helps me out a lot. Also, ring that bell, you'll be notified every time I put up a new video, and give the video a thumbs up. That helps also. But more important than all that, go have some fun out there. Thanks for watching.